Hi, my name's Jocelyn, this is Wednesday, and this is Luna, and welcome to our channel, Tales, Trails, and Tales. Today we'll be following up on a video that we posted earlier this year reviewing the Crest two-person backpacking tent from Dick's Sporting Goods. This tent is currently listed on the dickssportinggoods.com website at $69.99, and when I ordered it, it was $62.99. I ordered this tent for pickup in-store online back in July of 2024, and it is currently October 2024. At this point, I've used this tent about 4 or 5 times, and I'd like to go over some of the features that this tent has that I really like, and some of the things that this tent is lacking. This tent weighs about 4.8 pounds. It is a coffin-shaped freestanding tent. It comes with a stuff sack, a full cover rain fly, a mesh inner body, 2 tent poles, and a bag of tent stakes. Alright, let's set this thing up. As you can see, I do not have the stuff sack. I honestly threw that away because it ripped, and when I use this tent, I just stuff it right into my backpack and put the poles on the side. I am going to attempt to use the included stakes, and hopefully they will work because it is October and the ground is starting to get hard. So let's get started. Alright, so there are 2 sets of poles for this tent. This is for the foot end of the tent, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has a green marking on it that matches a green marking on the foot side of the tent. And this is for the bigger side of the tent, the part that you can sit up in. As you can see, the poles are thicker for the top end of the tent than they are for the bottom end of the tent. So really, once you've set this up a few times, it is fairly easy to remember where things go. Let's get started. There's green on the tent. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and zoom in. Alright, so as you can see, hopefully you can hear me, as you can see, you have to have tent stakes in order to hold this up. So hopefully the stakes that came with this will go into the ground today. These are the stakes that it came with. This is definitely not one that came with it, so we won't be using it. All right, here it is all set up. So it's got the rain fly. What I do is attach, there's one of these on either side, and I put it onto the stake that is already attached to the inner mesh part of the tent. And then I just need one more for the middle. And then it's the same on the foot end of the tent. I just attach the same stake as the mesh part of the tent, and then I add one more for the middle strap. All right, and as you can see, there are vents on either side of the tent, as well as a door. All right, here is the tent with one door up. There's a nice little space to put your gear if you don't want to store it on the inside of the tent, or if you have two people in here. And then you can also use the space on the other side. There's also spots to secure this up, which I find this doesn't usually stay very well, so I have to loop it around multiple times. So one thing I want to show you about the zippers is that it slides open or zips open two ways. So you open one this way, you can open this one that way, or you can pull it up. Doesn't really matter. I actually really like that feature. Thing to secure the door up if it's not buggy out and you just want to leave it up. Okay, so here I am in the highest part of the tent, and as you can see, I have about, that's probably not even a foot above me. So if you're significantly taller than I am, this tent might not be for you. Honestly, a good test would be to grab my husband and have him get in here, but he is not available at this time. So yeah, as you can see, it's got like the mesh, it's got the door on one side, the door on the other side, and then it has a media pocket at the foot end of the tent. That is the only media pocket or storage capacity in this tent. Honestly, I wish it had more. Another thing this tent does not have, which I'll show you, is a hook for your lights. I have in a pinch hooked a light to this, but they're fairly heavy, and as you can see, it pulls the tent down. So that is one improvement I would suggest that Crest makes to this tent. All right, let's take this thing down now. I just want to point out I didn't put stakes in all sides of the tent because honestly I don't know if you really need to, but you certainly can. especially if it's a windy area. Green, green. Alright, and there you have it. If you have the stuff sack, you can put it in the stuff sack, or you can do like I do and just put it right in your backpack. One thing I just want to point out is that this tent, if you didn't notice already, does not have guy lines. So I have used this tent in some pretty windy weather. I have not used it in extreme weather of any sort. So if extreme weather is something that you're wanting to use this tent in, I would probably suggest maybe going with something a little bit nicer. I mean, I'm sure this would hold up fairly well, but it does not have anywhere physically for guy lines on it. All right, if you have made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for spending this beautiful Minnesota October day with me. If there's anything that you want to say or any questions you have regarding this tent, anything that I may not have covered in this video, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to also like and subscribe to our channel. I'm hoping to post some other tent reviews coming up here on my Ozark Trail 10-person instant cabin tent, my core 6-person full rainfly cabin tent, and my Toplander 2-person teepee hot tent.